Hey everybody, it's Bearded Sloth with BS Views, episode 3. Today we're talking about video games. Yes, video games. And yes, as you can see, I'm playing Q-Bert Classic. This goes way back, right? I remember playing this on Atari when I was a kid. So, yes, I'm old enough to play Atari as a kid. Not as an adult, so I'm not that old yet. Anyways, let's talk about video games. There's a lot of misconceptions, I think, about video games. I think there's just a lot of controversy with video games. I I think Hey, I got a trophy. Pretty cool. Um, think you have mixed emotions. Now, I've grown up playing video games my whole life. We had an Atari when I was real little, and then we got the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, with Mario and Duck Hunt, and my favorite game used to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very hard game, actually. Um, but I remember playing that a lot. So, what's your misconceptions of video games? I think a lot of people that may not play it or be around it, they probably have a prejudice of some sort of video games. To me, it's a great way to relax. It's a great entertaining thing to do. I could spend days and days playing video games and I would be fully entertained. Now, of course, there's bad video games, like morally bad video games. But there's also video games like Q-Bert here that I hope this doesn't offend anybody and isn't morally wrong in any way, shape, or form. It really is just kind of a puzzle type game and a pattern recognition game of recognizing the pattern of the bad guys there. Um, and then you have the addiction problem and things like that with video games, I suppose. So those are some of the bad things I think people think about. Me personally, I think it's really helped me in problem solving and being able to uh, come up with solutions, right? And also decision making, right? I'm fairly quick at deciding something. Um, I would say I'm really good at decision making. Don't always make the right one, but at least I can make one, make and decide one way or the other. I know a lot of people that struggle with that. So I think it can help with that. I honestly can say I truly believe it has helped my driving. Some of my favorite video games growing up were racing games. Need for Speed comes to mind. Gran Turismo, that's another great game, racing game. And I think there's a lot of skills I learned. I think a lot of my driving skills that I utilize in the truck and in my own vehicle, uh, that some of those skills truly did come from video games. That's how I learned it. Not saying that's the only way I learned how to drive. That'd be kind of a frightening thought. Uh, well, I suppose they train some drivers in simulators, but that's a little scary to me because there's something about feeling that road, and I suppose you don't feel that in video games. You don't feel it in a simulator. The G-force, I suppose. But anyways, so like an apex of the turn, right? I learned that from video games. I learned not to take a curve too fast, slow down before you get to the curve, things like that. So video games can be helpful there. Video games can unite people. They can, it's a social aspect in a lot of ways. I know a lot of people play games like, oh, I don't know, Fortnite or Minecraft or some of those games, and they'll play online with their friends or people they don't even know and become friends, and lifelong friendships come out of that in a lot of ways. You have big conventions like, I'm a big fan of Minecraft, so Minecon, and where a bunch of people with the same interests as you come together and have a big activity and a big events and things like that. So social aspects of it can be good. Now, I suppose you have the bad social aspects, but that's life. We've got good and bad in life. And as far as the moral aspect of video games, there's some that are, like I said, horrific, really bad. Just like in life, you have access to all kinds of bad things, but you have to choose what you do. You have to choose where you're spending your time. Now, you've got to take care of your responsibilities. You have to take care of the real life stuff before your video game. I catch myself sometimes thinking about my video games, what I want to do in them, instead of thinking about what I really need to do around the house or something. But it's a balancing act in life, and there's nights I play way longer than I should, probably. I gotta get up, and drive in the morning, and things like that. But so, video games, they're good, they're bad. It really depends on your perspective, I suppose. But overall, I think they're just like anything else. They can be used for good, they can be used for bad. So, with that, I hope you guys are enjoying a little bit of gameplay instead of seeing my face. I know most people probably don't want to watch me talk. I can say the same things and you don't have to look at me. How great is that? And Q-Bert is just one of those fun little games, and obviously you can see I'm not that great at it, and I'm really bad at talking and playing video games at the same time and trying to come up with content. So I'm sure you guys can tell that in the way I'm talking. But alright, with that, y'all have a great night. It's night for me. It's Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. I'm just west of Effingham, Illinois right now in my truck. And it's almost midnight, actually. So I need to get off here. So with that, check out my next videos as they come out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. That button actually means a lot for YouTube creators or content creators such as myself. It really can change the success or not of the channel. So hit that subscribe, like it if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Leave me comments. I love to read your guys' comments. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. Alright, good night everybody. Bearded Sloth signing out.